Hi, this is Tribal Stone. So tonight I'm reviewing Possessor. So Possessor is directed by Brandon Cronenberg and it stars Andrew Riceborough and Christopher Abbott. Um, and has a few supporting actors and actresses. Jennifer Jason Leigh to be is really notable, and Sean Bean are both in it. So Possessor is a film that I had my eye on for a while. Heard about it before I saw it, before I saw anything about it, like a year and a half ago, maybe. Um, I knew Andrea Riseborough, who has become one of my more favorite actresses. She's really had my eye after watching Mandy, which pretty instantly became one of my favorite movies ever. I adore Mandy, and I really, really like Andrea Riseborough in it. And then I watched Death of Stalin, which is hilarious. That is such a good movie, and she's great in it too. Yeah, so I was really excited when I heard she was attached to this because at first, just hearing the name Brandon Cronenberg, I was like, "Ooh, interesting." Seeing David Cronenberg's son making horror-ish movies, I'm interested. And I gotta say, I was not let down. I really loved this movie. I like to hold off on movies that I know I'm probably gonna like. Like if I have a pretty good feeling, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna like this movie. I sometimes I like to hold off on them. That is if they're not like really big blockbusters. I like to see like all the Marvel movies in theaters and everything like that. But um, stuff like this, and I really do wish I do like to see these movies in theaters too. Like I watched The Lighthouse in theaters, and that was one of my favorite theater going experiences before COVID and everything. But so this would have been really cool to see in theaters. But anywho, Possessor, yeah, this is a very cool film. It's very cool. It is a sci-fi thriller that edges on horror, and it deals with all these themes of control and the consequences that follow your actions when you're in control. And it's very fascinating. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, so the film follows Andrew Riseborough, who is this assassin assassin for this sci-fi company who uses this Videodrome looking machine that they hook up to your head and basically allows you to possess someone, and then while you're while you have possessed said person with sci-fi ways instead of like supernatural ways, um, said assassin, in this case Andrew Riseborough, go commit crimes in that person's body and assassinations, and they'll kill themselves, go back to living their own lives in their own body. And that is just a fascinating premise right away. It really, so yeah, and it really does a lot with it, which is really cool. Jennifer Jason Leigh was really cool to see. I really like her. I really only know her from The Hateful Eight and Synecdoche, New York, which are two of my other two really favorite films. Specifically, Hateful Eight. I love Synecdoche. Like, it's a near perfect movie, but I don't know. Hateful Eight doesn't get enough love. That movie is like The Thing, but in the West with Sam Jackson, and I adore it. um, and Jennifer Jason Leigh, and she's awesome in it. She's a very big highlight of the movie. So it was really cool to see her in this. And Sean Bean, who is in like everything, specifically Game of Thrones, well, specifically Lord of the Rings, which is what I really know him from. And then he's in Game of Thrones. He's Ned Stark, and you know how that goes for him. And then he is also in. I just want to give a shout out to this because I freaking love this movie. Dog Soldiers, which is a Neil Marshall movie, came out in like 2004 or something. It's a werewolf soldier movie with Sean Bean and Sean S. Cunningham and a lot of cool British actors, and it's got some really cool practical effects and cool werewolves. Anyway, Dog Soldiers, check it out. I love that movie. So Possessor is very cool. I kind of hesitate to call it horror. It's definitely disturbing. It's got a lot of violence. It's very violent, um, which is a pleasant surprise. um, which is an odd thing to say, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I did not expect to have as much fun with it as I did. Um, it's just a dang fine movie. It's got really nice set design and really nice framing. Cronenberg, it's really weird to call him Cronenberg, but Brandon Cronenberg um, uses he frames a lot of stuff, or blocking. He uses a lot of stuff, a lot of actors and objects in the middle of the frame, which really draws the eyes in. It makes it very pretty scene to look at, especially when it has a lot of neon colors like the aforementioned Mandy and cool set design. It's a very pretty movie to look at, and I really liked it. It really reminds me of Videodrome, like I said, or Upgrade, which is a really cool movie that came out a few years back with Logan Marshall Green. I'm really blanking on the director's name. But yeah, it's another really cool action movie from Blumhouse. Anywho, which also deals with these like vibes of these themes of control and yeah, and the consequences that follow when you're out of control. And yeah, it is a really cool movie. I watched it on Hulu. So if you're into more abstract, um, uh, what is the term? Metaphorical, or not necessarily metaphorical, but it uses a lot of symbolism. It's a very symbolism heavy movie. So if you're into that, which I am, I love it when I see the kid of the main character using a tablet to control it's like a tablet that controls a toy, and it's a toy of like a toy. It looks like a person, so that's just really cool symbolism, because it's like he's effectively possessing that toy. He's taking control of it, which is just really cool. Love stuff like that. Oh, also, it's got some really cool practical effects. I was unprepared for that. That came out of the blue, and I was like, dang, okay. Yeah. It started like firing all cylinders. It's got the Videodrome looking stuff. It's got some body horror, and it's got some um, sci-fi bullcrap, just like David Cronenberg would do. And while feeling like it's its own thing, it uses a lot of handheld camera, which I've only seen like 3 or 4 Cronenberg movies, David Cronenberg movies, so I can't really say for sure that he does it all too much. He hasn't, from what I've noticed. I know he doesn't really do it in the Fly or Videodrome, for sure. But there's a lot of handheld in this, so. But it's, for the most part, it if you'll notice it if you notice things like camera movement, excessive camera movement. But it's not excessive. I wouldn't call it excessive, but it's there. It's not as bad as something like Lars von Trier would do, but and not as, yeah. So it's there. I just noticed it. That's an interesting thing of his. I wonder if that will continue on with the rest of his films. But yeah, this is a pretty banger first film. If this was his first film, I'm pretty sure it was. So gotta hand it to him. It was a dang fine movie. I really enjoyed it. I will 100% be buying the 4K Blu-ray for it. I can't wait to watch it a few more times to show a few more people. I really dug this film. I literally watched it like 20-30 minutes ago. So yeah, Possessor by Brandon Cronenberg. It came out 2020, so that was during the pandemic. I watched it on Hulu, if you want to know where to watch it. So yeah, that is Possessor. Very cool movie. This was a trial by Stone, so peace.